Welcome back, everyone. Sorry, we have to disconnect. Like I got disconnected again with my stream, so I will just move forward now with this part. So what we are doing is that we are just enhancing, like we are just creating overlap effect for these parts. Like I will do for the first like this spline and for the shoulder on this frame. Okay. And then once it is done, I will select all S on the keyboard, one frame forward. Then I will take this spline, the top spline, a little bit forward again. Okay. And for these also forward a little bit. Okay. And select again. And S. Now one more frame forward. And now I will put them back to their original position, like this one. Back. Okay. This one a little bit back. Okay. And this spline also a little bit back here, forward I mean, so that goes opposite direction, plus these I will put them backwards. Okay, slight. Select S, then I will go to one frame more forward. For this one, this spline, move it, push it back. Okay. Select all and S, then I will go more frame forward. Take this one, push it back. Okay. And let's do with this elbows here. Sorry, this yeah, elbows and this. Elbow and the upper arm. Yes, so my overlapping is done. Now I will go 3 frames forward, just like what we did before, and make him stand in the neutral pose. And then our animation part will be over. So I will take this, the hip, and I will turn the hip translation Y to 0, so he will stand up. And rotation X 0, so it will go back to normal rotation. Everything I will bring it back, especially the pelvis, X rotation 0. Then spline, X rotation 0. And other splines also X rotation 0. Top one, X rotation, and all the other rotation in this one 0. Okay. Now I will start posing it to look like this. Simply, I have to push a little bit back the hip, rotate it a bit like this, and now the pelvis, it will look like something like this. Okay. Now this spline, I have to make this sort of a curve here. So it is not going in that curve, because you can see that it's going like this, this, and this. So I want to convert that to a normal curve. Okay. Something like this. And also I will take this it's y, like the stretching part, it's y, like a translation, I will make it 0, so it will go back to normal. So it will be not stretching anymore. Then I will take the neck, 0 to the neck. Okay. Head, he's looking down, so that is fine. Elbow, upper arms, I will move it down. Just like this. Okay. And then elbows. I will go it down also like this. Now you can see the wrists are a bit crooked. Looks broken. I will just fix this up here. And just to make sure if everything is okay. So arms, forearms, like upper arms, sorry. I will move it back here. Also put inner. And I'll take the elbows. So move it up. And then wrists. Like this. Now if you see the arms is bit of a going backwards. So I will take the arms. Bit also backwards, just like. Now I think it's fine. Okay. I'll select the whole thing. Press S on my key. Now let's remove this one for now. And here what I will do now is that so from frame 1 till frame 60, I will show it on the screen so we can see what's going on. I'll go to the first frame, make sure everything is stepped. I don't want any sort of a spline here. So that's it. Okay. Now let's look at our blocking, how the blocking looks like. This is how the blocking will look like. More like a sort of a, you can say, a stop motion animation sort of thing. Okay. So that's what we have here. Now we will convert all these step tangents into like a linears. Okay, so sorry, like splines. So what I need to do is that I will select everything except for the legs, feet here. Okay, so I will just deselect everything here. I will select everything except for the legs. Okay, so I will leave everything, take the legs, and what I'm going to do, go in my like a graph editor and convert this into spline tangents. So everything except for the legs are converted into spline tangents. I will just go back here and let's play again. So just notice the feet are still step tangents. They are still in the blocking mode. Okay. Now timings looks a little bit off because of the legs. So what we are going to do is that we are going to take the legs. First of all, let's do one thing here. First, I have to make sure everything is selected here, and then it is converted into spline. They are already. Now I will take the legs here, okay, including the foot, this upper foot, and in everything which is in between, like these, okay, that means they are not in on the ground. This is like they are on the ground. If I will go into animation and play this up so you can see this on the ground, here it goes in the air and then it comes back on the ground here. So everything which is on the ground, I will leave it as it is, but anything in between, I will convert them into the spline. Okay. But before doing that, let's do one more thing here. I was to make sure I will select everything here and deselect the legs here. Okay. I don't want legs here. That's okay. Just select. I'll select this whole thing. Okay, and then I'll select here as well and convert this into spline, auto spline here, auto tangent ease. So this is the new one which comes with Maya 2022 version. So this will give me a much more better spline here. Okay, or I can choose mix, so that will be much more better. Now what I will do here is that I will choose only the legs here. And just like I said, I will go in between in these ones, okay, and convert this into splines, tangent. And now let's see how the things looks like. Okay. So this is how it looks like, but there is a little bit issue here. And that issue is basically not the whole animation issue. It's like if I select it all, the issue I am facing is for this part. Okay. So this is basically the overlapping part because it's quite slow. So what I can do here is that I can select this all. Okay. And make it a little bit faster. Okay. First of all, let's do one thing here. Let's make it 50 so that I can have more better view. Okay. So I will take all these middle ones here. Okay, starting from here. And squeeze them just like this. Make it a little bit more faster. And then I will go here, like here 60 or maybe 80 or something like that. Oh no, I think 60. And what I will do is that I will take all these and push it forward. Bring it back to 50 so I can see that. And I need same gap here. 3 of these. So I think now it's better. So let's see now. Okay. Still needs to be more faster. Squeeze it such a more. So this is maximum squeeze I can do here. Okay. So I think we have like I have overdone the this part, like the overlapping part. So same like same it's here. Oops. I have missed something here. So same thing, the issue is in the end here. So what I will do, I will take this all, stretch this. To make it faster. This is the maximum I can stretch it. Doing it. Let me sure. Okay. Then I will take this. Okay. I'll reduce this 33. So we can see if we can squeeze this. Okay. So now if I will play this, yeah, now it's better. Or you know what, this whole thing here, the squeezing part, let's do one thing. Let's undo this, whatever we have done so far. Stretching the whole stretching thing. So I will delete this all stretching part. Okay. Here also, like all the overlapping part, because I think the overlapping we have overdid it. So no need for overlapping right now. In the end, we can see that if we can fix it. So here I can go back to 50 to make sure everything is fine. Yeah. Okay. So I had deleted the overlapping part. He's just going down and he just goes up. Okay. So, but if you need an overlapping, what we can do is that simple overlapping. Let's do that. Let's move it a little bit forward here. So I can, let's do one thing. Let's copy this one. I will press middle mouse button here on this one. Move it a little bit forward. Okay. Then press the move tool S, press the rotate keys S. So I have the same thing here. Now in between, what I can do is that do a little bit exact, like overshoot, so that there will be a overlapping here. So we will have this sort of an overlap. Okay, so this is much more better. Same thing I will do here, where he reaches to the ground. So I will take this here, move it a little bit forward. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Go to this frame. No, I removed the wrong one. The last one I was supposed to move it a little bit forward. Go here, press middle mouse button, then somewhere here. Okay, I will press this S, so I will have the same thing. I think I have to move this more forward. Oops, I think I have this. Move this a little bit forward. Now I'll go back here, middle mouse button, click it, and move it somewhere here. Okay, then S and S with these two. So now I have the same thing. Why it's not doing that? Oh, okay, now I know. Select the whole thing. Select the whole thing. And this should also go, because I was missing one frame. Okay, now middle mouse button. Bring it here somewhere. Okay. With the move S and with the rotate S. So now I think fine. I will go in the middle here. Okay. First of all, I have to make sure the legs are not moving. So I have to go to the legs. Make them 0. And in this one. And then go here. 0 and this one off. Okay. And then because it's like bit overshoot, we want to give an overlap. So what we are going to do is that I will move it a little bit down so it shows pressure that he comes down, and then he kind of leans more forward just like this. Okay. And then his elbows kind of moves inwards, and then something like outwards like this. And then he goes back. Okay. And this one should move a little bit closer. So it will be away. That thing. Okay, now let's see. I will play. And you will notice that what's going on. Okay. Now with the overlapping, overshoot, everything looks fine here. Now what I need to do is that take these, because I think somewhere here you will notice that, right? It's not flat. So I will select this part here, and because feet where it's on the ground should be flat, so I have to choose this flat. So now it is flat, and here it's fine, but for the safe side I will press this. So the legs will not move, it will stay flat on the ground. Now I'll take the hip, and for the hip, if it's moving in the air, you can see that at this part I have a little bit. I should have it overshoot so it stays in the air somewhere here. What I can do, I can take this part, okay, shift and click it up somewhere here, and this one a little bit. Okay, take these two and choose the auto ease tangent here. That will create a nice back of it. Okay, so that's good. Now I will do same thing with this the spline which is downwards. Take this one and move it. No, I think the hip. Not the hip. Let me break the tangent of these and move the little bit back. This here. And with these. So here I will move it a little bit down. So, and a little bit longer here. So that will stay more with this in the air, and then it comes down. So there is an overshoot here now. So it's fine. And let's see more of if everything fine with the elbows, because sometimes what happens, elbows come inside, so we have to manually like here. You will notice. Okay, if I go back here, you can see that what is going on with the elbows. Elbows are moving inwards. Okay. So I have to take this inner part of the elbows and go back to my graph editor here. And first let's check what's keeping them or look like apart. Like, is it, no, it's not the x-axis, or is it y? I think it is the z-axis. Yeah. So there's z-axis for this one. And then z-axis. So I select it and okay, so I guess I have to manually add the keyframe here to fix it instead of fixing the graph. Otherwise, the graph is not going to fix it. So maybe I have to move it just like this. And okay. And notice that it is pointing in the wrong direction. So it should be like this. Okay. What we are going to do here is that move this upper arm. Okay. And it was 4. Okay, 10. So I will remove from here. Take this one with the middle mouse button. S and S. Then delete this. Only one. Delete this one. Middle mouse button. And S and S. Do the job. Okay. So I think I'll delete all this. And fix it manually. Okay, so now I will do the same thing with this. This is like, I think if you, from the beginning, it wasn't like correct. So that's why I'm having this issue. So the best thing is to do is that I will do now the whole thing again for the only the arm. Like I will go here, and S, and here S, S. Now here it is going up, so I will up. Oops. So I have to actually mimic the other arm here to make sure everything's going right. Okay. Okay, so now everything is okay here. Let's play it again. Okay, now here I have a little bit jump on the arm. You will notice. Yeah, here, see? So this I have to fix it here. And each frame I've moved it, but it's okay. Like it was not supposed to be moved each frame, but I just did it so that there's no issue. I don't have that jump anymore. Let's see. Okay, as less keyframes you will have, it will look more smoother. But as we don't have time, so that was the only way I fixed it. Now, one more thing you should have in your animation is the arcs. Okay, so let me show, like that's the arc animation principle. And the arc animation principle we can apply on here where he is jumping and making an arc. Okay, so how you can do that? not only on his in his hips, but on other parts too. But I'll just give you an example of how you can make an arc on and fix the arc on the hips right now. And for the other parts, you can do that. So I can go to the animation first. Make sure the part that you want to fix the arc for, you will select that part. Like suppose I want to fix the arc of the hips. I'll select the hips, visualize, and create editable motion trail. And when I will do that, it will show me this sort of a arc. This is the arc where the hips is moving. As smoother the arc is, your animation will look good. Now, what the arc is actually is just your another animation principle. You can go through in the detail in the link in the description below about the animation principle, and you will learn about it. Everything in animation, when it works with the arc, when it flows with the arc, it gives you a nice sort of a flow. So here I have arc, which I have created with the visualization option here. Okay, I can fix that by just going, and you can see that this arc is a little bit not that fixed. I can go to these parts of the arc. Okay, and I can fix it. Move it a little bit back. Okay, and move this one a little bit forward. You have to see that it should not ruin your animation. Okay, like here, this and genitals. That's fine. Okay. And here I can this arc a little bit here. And this is I'm fixing only for the hips. For the other parts, you can also fix that. I'm making this arc a little smoother, less overlapping, and more smoother. So you will have more smooth animation. And when it will reach to this part, it will go like this. Follow the arc. Now this is for the hips what I did. Okay. Now remember the arms that we were working on. Okay, first of all, when your arc is done, what you can do is that you can hide the arc. Okay, you can select the arc, Control H, or you can delete it if your job is done. You can delete it, but I will hide it for now so that in case if I need it again. So Control H. So if you want to see, Shift H. So Control H, I will press it here. Now, arms, for example, this one, I will go select this arm, visualize, create an editable motion arc. Okay, so just notice how the arm is. It goes like this. Okay, and select this one. It's just like that. I think it's not that bad. Okay, let's release this also. Now let's see what else we can do that for, but it's fine. No need for any arc anymore. Now, just to see the animation again, I'll go to the show and hide the nerves and curves for now. And let's see the animation from the beginning. Okay. So this is how with the anticipation you have bit overlapping we added in the end, and we have some sort of a overshoot over here in the end, so it stays for a while in the end and then it comes down. So this is how you work on it. And you have noticed that I only used step tangents in the beginning so that later on I can decide where should be splines, where should be flat, what should be overshooting and what should not be overshooting. The only issue that we had here was with the arms. Okay, because from the beginning our arm direction was a little bit off, so we were not moving the arm in the right direction, so we had that issue with the arm. But yeah, it's like it's not that, it wasn't that bad. We fixed it frame by frame, which was not an ideal way to do that, but because of lack of time, we did that. So I hope everything is understood about the anticipation, the overshoot, and how to animate a jump scene, how to work with the arc, like animation, like principle. And you can see that this is how you will get the whole animation if you play it and smoothly back and forth. And we have squish and stretch also. You can see stretches, squeeze, like squishes, then stretch again, then squishes again, and then go back to normal. Okay, so that also we have it here. So it's quite a good rig. Already I have given the link in the description below to from where you want to download it. You can download from there. So let's move. I will end this live stream now, and we'll move to the Blackboard. Okay, so I'll take sign off from here, and we'll move to Blackboard.